You're welcome back. Now, today we want to talk about the effect of social media on relationships, on marriages, but we want to situate it in a question. So here it is. What would you do if your partner said to you, you need to leave social media for your relationship? Would you do it? Toyin Adeytan, I hope I've said your name right. I pray I have. If not, I'll learn, I promise. She's a marriage counselor, and she's here with Derek Boating, who's a business consultant. They're passionate about this topic, and we're excited that they're able to join us to discuss it. How nice to see you both. Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Good morning.
All right. Did I say your name right?
You tried.
Yeah. How could I have done it better?
Just a bit. Adeytan.
Adeytan.
You did well.
We're working on it. Well, Toyin, it's very good to see you. Thank you so much for making the time to be with us, and of course, Derek. Now, so maybe I'll start from that central question, and then we'll expand the conversation and talk about social media generally, what it does to relationships. So let me check with the two of you. You're both married?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, but not to each other.
No.
So Toyin, would you, if your husband said to you, you know what, this you and your social media thing is bothering me now, you need to leave social media, choose between social media or your relationship, what would you choose?
Okay. I would, if he said that to me, I would look at why is he telling me to leave my social media for the marriage, and there are things that I will have to play, that has come into play. Do I want the social media or do I want my relationship? Which one is more? It comes to a thing of priority now. Okay, so for me, I think priority is my family. Social media comes after the family, so I would kindly leave the social media.
You would happily leave social media?
I would. Wow. If it would bring peace to the family, to make us stay together, I would.
You know what? It's interesting because when you started, you said that it depends on the reason, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that there are certain reasons which you would not accept? If your husband had certain reasons for you wanting to leave. So it's not just a simple matter of you have to choose between the two, and so you would choose your family.
Yeah.
But some reasons, if they were brought up, you would say, Masa, no.
Yes, because they have to be cogent reasons. You know, it has to be something that goes directly to the relationship, that is affecting the relationship. If it's a trivial matter, we have to sit down and discuss. We're both in it. Why do you want me to leave? What is it? How is it affecting our relationship? How is it taking too much of my time? Am I not giving you time? The companionship, because marriage is actually for companionship. Is it affecting our companionship? So if we have to sit down together to look at it, if it doesn't, then, you know, there are ways marriage is a give and take.
Right.
We have to, you know, settle.
So if that's the reason, if it's because he thinks you're spending too much time on social media and you're not giving him attention, would you give up social media for that reason?
Okay, for me, I think it takes two to tango. If it's affecting me, I have to check and see how much time do I spend on social media, because, you know, for example, maybe he's gone to work, he comes back around 6 and he meets me on the social media, and, you know, after dinner and everything, we don't even have quality time, you know, and it goes like that the whole week. So I think I have to talk to myself that how much time should I give to social media, and how much time should I give to my spouse? Right.
Interesting. So some reasons would be worth considering, others would not.
Yes.
We'll talk about the reasons that are not worth considering later. But Derek, I wonder if your answer would be similar.
For me, it's a yes and a no. As she rightly said, it depends on the reason, and then all centers around the reason why my partner is telling me that I should leave social media. Perhaps it might depend on what she has observed. To me, maybe it might be bringing positive results to me. Let me talk from the aspect of maybe a business where nowadays business also uses social media to advertise and all that. But I don't think your spouse will just say that leave social media based because you are using it for business. Particularly based on what he or she have observed. So to me, as I said, it's a yes and a no. If I think that I'm negatively abusing social media, then maybe I have to sit down and do my homework well.
Right. So what if you know, your wife comes home and sees that you're, you know, looking at curvaceous women on social media, you know, and you know, she says, look, I can't have this. Get off social media. Would that be a good reason?
Let me first bring in a concept of marriage, and then I think marriage is a commitment which involves sharing ideas, agreeing on a particular thing. So I think that from my background, where I'm coming from as a Christian, and then perhaps I have been I've gotten a peer pressure where I'm maybe also looking at ladies' pictures and all that, and then I think I will consider it.
As in you consider leaving social media?
I'll consider leaving social media for that reason.
Right.
I realized recently that...
But you're saying you will consider. Will you leave? I want to know if you will leave social media, not consider. Consider there, then you are just opening up a process.
Let me say, two different point of views. Yes, I will leave those sites, those particular pages. Not really social media, because as a business person, I also use it, and then maybe living there.
So now that's your business.
Yeah.
Curvy woman is your business.
No. So that's why I said I'll leave those such pages.
Right.
Okay. So I'll avoid going to such sites, such pages to bring happiness.
I see.
To the home.
What if she's not with you all the time? So, you know, she wants to have some comfort that even when she's not there, you will not be featuring. When she goes on, she will not see that you are online, and then come back home, and then you'll be sitting there with some pie chart and saying, "Oh, I was doing business." Meanwhile, it's a different kind of pie that you were looking at when she wasn't there.
Because one of the key things in marriage is trust.
Yes.
And then I believe that once the two of you agree that you shouldn't go here. Then there are some times that my wife tells me, recently during the Mother's Day, I posted a picture on my status. And then I was at the office, and then she called me from her office and told me, "Didi, I don't think this picture is supposed to be on your status." As soon as she called me and told me that, I just removed it.
Why? What was the picture?
It was one funny picture. I think a child, a baby, sucking the mother's breast, and then I wrote over it. And so I was like,
I saw that picture going around on Mother's Day.
So I just used it, and she was like, "Didi, this one is a no." And then as soon as she said that, I just removed it. So it's about trust, it's about agreement, a mutual agreement. So once it's no good, there is nothing that can qualify it to be good.
Yeah.
If
Also,
it's no good,
what
it's no
is
good.
good can sometimes become a matter of opinion, and that's where disagreements come in. But you know, I want us to hear from Ghanaians before we settle in and talk about what social media actually does to a relationship, how it, the positive and negative influences. Let's listen to what people have been saying about the effect of social media on relationships and marriages.
To social media, and which leads up to breakups in marriages and stuff.
Personally, it's not really affecting me that much, but I have friends who have broken up with their partners because of certain things they saw on social media. For example, let's say you go on social media, you see people flying private jets in mansions, and then people also showing expensive gifts their partners have given them. So I have a friend who actually broke up with a boyfriend because she wanted a particular gift. She saw another friend exposing on social media, and the boyfriend couldn't get that for her, so she had to break up with that boyfriend.
Marriages need time for discussion on intimacy and also issues affecting the relationship. But what you realize is that couples will rather be on social media chatting with friends, colleagues, at the expense of time that they should be using for their marriages. That is one. The other thing is that marriages need to be protected against dangerous views, dangerous ideas, which is so prevalent on social media. So as much as people spend a lot of their time on social media, they get, if you like, influenced by what they read, and it is that which they bring into their marriages. And invariably it tear the marriages apart.
Being on social media, everybody knows that you are single, or unless you portray that you are married. Even people worry you, and it's ruin other people's relationship on how do I put it? Maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend will come to you, and the person will be on phone. You see, the person will just be on phone. What are you doing? Oh, you check, it's on Instagram, Snapchat, you know. The attention is not there. Social media has taken attention.
I think they are losing because maybe someone can even go to Dubai or somewhere and say, my boyfriend's with me. Meanwhile, the person is lying. So I think a lot of people are like bringing up a lot of fake things, like things that doesn't even exist. So me, I don't divulge my relationship to social media. It's like nobody will pay my bride price in social media. So why should I tell people about my relationship in social media?
Now, if they had cut to the studio while that was playing, you would have seen that all three of us were on our phones and communicating. And it illustrates something.
Yes.
I know very often when we have conversations about this, it casts social media in a negative light. But Derek and I were talking earlier, and I highlighted the fact that we no longer have just one world. We have two. And very often, if you are not on social media, you can miss some of the things that are happening in the real world, because all information is available on social media. So it's not just for work, you know, specifically interacting with your customers or clients, but just to know what is going on, people are on social media. So let's not cast the thing itself as a negative, but let's look at the positive and negative effects it can have on relationships. We've heard what the people had to say. I wonder what your reaction is to this question of whether it has positive or negative influence on relationships.
Okay, the social media came as a positive thing, okay, and it came as a tool for us to, you know, communicate with other people, because, you know, in time past, you had to stand at the phone booths, you know, for those, I don't know if you remember those days, you had to use those cards.
That's right.
You stand and there's this long queue.
That's a flashback.
You know? And you had to write letters, you had to wait before the letters would get, you know, so it came in as a positive tool. You understand? And you know, now when a tool comes in your hand, it depends on how you use that tool. You get it? So I think anything that comes has a negative side, okay? So I think we all got caught in, and the negatives just kept creeping in, and it became this big monster that we are now turning the social media. Everybody's now looking at it as a negative thing, okay? But let's look at it as Derek said, there's some positive, your business, even the show is being aired online, you see, and so many things are happening that we keep ourselves updated. You know, we are here in Ghana, things are happening all over the world. As we sit here, just a tap, click on the phone, you know what's happening in America, Afghanistan, and everywhere. But we have to now, there's a positive and there's a negative. I agree with what they're saying. Yeah,
let's see if we can identify the positive. Do you think there are ways in which social media helps a relationship?
Okay, I would want to say, because if a family is into a business, it could help, you know.
But then that's the business that will help, not the relationship.
But the relationship, okay, let me say, if a guy, you know, maybe is trying to shop for something for the wife, you could go there and find ideas. Oh, what would my wife like? You know, by the time you go on Instagram, you see people sell all beautiful things for ladies, and you know, you could just click and order, and it would be delivered to her. And another example, last February, my husband had his birthday, so I went online, you know, did the research of, you know, things that he would like, and I got those breakfast sets sent to his office, and you know, he was so happy about it, and all thanks to social media. I had the idea from the internet, so
that's interesting. How about you? I want to bring you in on this before I share something that's on my mind. But what do you think? Positive impact of social media on relationships?
I think it's have quite a number of positive impacts. One, most of relationships nowadays, I got to find out that most relationships even starts from social media.
A lot of relationships start
Yes.
from social media.
Which is a positive. It's, to me, yes, at least people get to meet each other, and then which leads to marriage. Another aspect is in the case where the couples or one is distant from each other, you can reach out to each other using social media, which is, I think, that sometimes it's less costly than just a normal phone call, which charges a lot. So I believe economically it helps in that way.
Okay.
Yes. Apart from that, as she said, rightly said, it's if in case he wants to buy something shop for the family, you can actually gather good information, but it's not all that people put on social media that is bad, that have a bad effect. There are also good information over there. My wife sends me articles on marriages, articles on, especially when our firstborn came in. I was that naive, I didn't know anything, so most times she would share with me articles on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter and other things, which actually really informed me and helped me. So these are quite good aspects of social media. But in that case, so it have a positive side, but as we always say in our local dialogue, so excessiveness of everything is also bad. So it also have a negative side as well.
So that's, I mean, that's very interesting. Now, there are times when perhaps two people are in the same profession. That is an experience of mine, in same profession. And so when throughout the day, perhaps about 70% of the notifications I get on social media are from her. She's pointing out some story that's come up or some other information, and I'm sharing stuff with her and funny jokes and all that, and we communicate via social media. WhatsApp is social media, isn't it? So, you know, we communicate via social media. We talk about what we're going to do tonight and, you know, where we're going to go out and all that. We belong to platforms together. We share jokes and funny things. We talk behind the back of our friends on the platform like, hey, this guy, pal, what is he talking about? You know, and it just helps us, you know, stay close throughout the day, even though we're working in different places and all of that. So I see the positives, right?
Yes.
But the question we're trying to answer is whether it can become something that you must lose or lose your relationship. Okay, is there ever a time when that must be the decision? And if that time comes, doesn't it rather mean that there is some other problem in your relationship and this is just a symptom? You know, I guess that's the question I want us to explore. If a day comes when your husband says to you, you need to leave social media or I'll leave you. Is social media the problem? Or do you have perhaps trust issues or, you know, fidelity or, you know, is there something bigger going on?
Yeah.
That's for you. I can see you considering the question like, yeah, now you have to answer.
Okay, as we've clearly established, marriage is based on trust. If anybody is having trust issues, you have no business going into marriage because you can't spend 24 hours together in a day. There's a point where each of you have to go. Even there are some couples that the husband is far away in another continent and you are here, but yeah, like you rightly said, you communicate through the social media. So there are some silent issues in marriages that, you know, people don't want to talk about that now comes out in another fashion, you understand? Like maybe communication is very, very key in marriage. It is key. Where there is no communication, there's a lot of assumptions and, you know, from there, it goes on to one thing or the other, and before you know it, we're not seeing eye to eye. You get it? And like you said something that if my husband says leave social media or I'm leaving you, I don't think he would. That's just enough for him to say leave. There's something. If if it gets to that, I think we need to see counselors to say what actually is the problem, because at times, because of the misconceptions that we're having through lack of communication, the wife will be there sitting, why is my husband not texting me? Why has he not called me? Then a lot of things goes on in her head. Then the husband will say, okay, I'm getting home, I'm talking to my my boss 30 minutes, and 30 minutes goes on to 3 hours until he sleeps off. We've not had any productive time together. There are things that we have to talk about that we've not even talked about. Maybe the lady has some issues that she really wants to discuss with her husband, and the man did not even give her the chance, and vice versa. You understand? And before you know it, these little things, they are little foxes that are there, and they will come out big one day, and then the man or the woman will hide behind something and say, today I'm leaving you. Do you understand? It doesn't just happen one day. It's like it's a foundation that you've built, and if you don't build, like as he said, I'm a Christian too, if you don't build on the right foundation, it will surely crumble. So taking one aspect and say social media is a cause, no, I don't agree. There are so many things. Yeah, it's a bigger thing. So we can just, you know, put them on that mask and say, okay, it's a social media. Whereas what the social media do, as we said, we establish the positives of social media. Yes. So there's more to it than the social media.
Let me ask a controversial question. Derek, who do you think generally abuses social media more, men or women?
Interesting question.
Waiting to see if Tony will agree with you. Let's hear you first.
Let me start by just saying a research that I found that most couples who are within 5 years in marriage turn up to focus more on social media. So most times it's being said, a research conducted by computer behavior, they publish journals and then all that. Most times the couples who have passed 5 years and above tend to attend to other things more. Doesn't mean that they don't engage in social media. Now, looking at couples who are between the 0 to 5 years in marriage, they turn up more in it. Nowadays, I should say that ladies ladies pay more attention as compared to men because they have a lot of needs and a lot of wants.
Men don't have needs and wants.
Yes.
Derek, men don't have needs and wants.
They do. They do.
All right.
They do. But it's as compared to our sisters.
You think the women have more needs and wants than men?
One.
Okay.
A woman, rightly, you know, in when she was first, and I think the earlier submission, one of the things said that you can go there and look at shopping and then things to buy and all that. How many men, let me ask, how many men will go on it and also look for what to buy and other stuff as compared?
Men will look for other things.
As compared to ladies. The shopping appetite of ladies are more than men.
And the social media is not a shop.
Let me land.
Okay. All right.
So to me, I think, no. Aside outside social media, we have a lot of ladies going into the shopping malls more than men going shopping to the shopping malls. The same thing applies
on social media.
Yes.
Okay.
So they turn up to abuse it more. Another way is that they turn up to look at what's happening, what other marriages happening in other marriages, which I think to men some of those things are less important to us, if I may put it that way.
What is important to men on social media?
Depending on the category as well. When it comes to brand, maybe when it comes to fashion, maybe they would like to look at it. Nowadays, the young men will look at the new fashion. Sometimes look at businesses, what is trending. Look at the news.
Derek, men look at women. Men look at women on social media, don't they?
let me say, few men. You know, we look, but we look at it once. We look at them. I remember one pastor said, you at least you'll be seeing it, so just look at it once and then just remove your eyes. We sometimes see it and then we removed our eyes, as a very good friend did on the VGMA on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I believe you can. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm starting to see where you are going. But do you agree? Do you agree that women abuse social media more than men?
I totally disagree.
Oh.
I totally disagree. This is a conversation I've had several times because we all go to the social media for different things. Yes. Women, yes, we shop, you know, that's our passion. We love to shop, and that one you can't take it out from us. That is us. But what about the football? Men, I see men, you know, you're also passionate about the football. The finals is coming up very soon, and a lot of men are on social media. Who is going to do this? Who is going to do that? You know, so that aspect too is there. And those are one of the underlying things that couples, they disagree on. You know, the time the men spend on the football, you understand? It can be equated to the time the women to spend on shopping, you know. And we are shopping for the family, mind you, Derek.
But are these abuses? Okay, so if a woman is on social media shopping, or if a man is on social media, you know, checking the scores and chatting about football, are these abuses of social media?
For me, it depend on the time you spend on that. Okay.
The amount of time might turn it into an abuse.
Yes, because if you're in the house, maybe during the weekend, you spend all your week at work, you've not had productive time, quality time with your family, the children. Then on Saturday, your kids want to, you know, have time with daddy, mommy, and you there's a way you rebuff them. Oh, when they come home, I'm quickly checking on something. You wait, you know, before you know it, and the time has gone, and these are times that you can't get back to yourself. And you know, the more you do it, then the children, you know, that quality time you have with them, you don't have it. And even with your wife, you know, your spouse, you know, you have that time with them, it's lost. Do you understand? So it's the amount of time you give to it. It's not as if it's bad for you to keep in touch, keep a tab on your team, or I keep a tab on maybe a fashion trend or something that is going on, you see. But it's the amount of time I dedicate to it I think that's where the negatives comes in.
So for you, the biggest abuse is with time, how much time you spend.
Yes.
Not what you are doing, what you are looking at, or, you know, who you're chatting with.
No, the looking at, we have to talk about that.
We have to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we will. But first, let's have a look at what you have been saying on social media. A few of you have been putting through your comments. We put up a question. We said, how is social media affecting your relationship? Let's see some of the answers that you gave us. And here's an interesting one from Japeth. Japeth, he says, very good impact. It always makes me interact with different kinds of people every day. Therefore, it gives me a perfect understanding of ladies. Based on that, I treat her fair and she reciprocates. Okay. Janet Bunny says, social media is good to some extent, but if you are addicted to it, you can let your food burn while you are on Facebook. My child will come to me seeking my attention, but I'm always on my phone. No time to chat with husband. I really have to change. Oh, confessions of Janet Bunny. We appreciate your honesty. Fifi Quayle says, my friends say it's negative because he can't cheat in peace. Small play and people are posting and tagging and Dahamani Kadir says, I don't have time for my phone and PC when I'm there with my wife, although we watch TV together, particularly dedicative programs. Ish. Nice for you. Kwame Ed Blair Jr. says, outside Facebook and WhatsApp, I don't interact with people. So my outside relationship sucks. That's an interesting dynamic there. So his social media world is more prominent than his real world, if you like. Kwesi Boateng Ayapa says, it's affecting me both positively and negatively. The positive side is using it to advertise what my wife sells, and the negative side is taking much of the time I need to spend with my family. There are people here who agree with you. DJ Gode Abuna Shiba. Okay, DJ Gode is the one posting. He says, I beg you, tune in and listen for me. Why? And he's calling someone's attention to come and listen. Jackson says, negative. Anytime my spouse sees me online, she calls me on phone and complains. We quarrel every day. Hey! Can you imagine? All right, Adams Lucas Alaska says, it's really affecting me because I don't get time to communicate with my wife. There's a theme going on here. Richard Obimpe says, even though it's good, but it's doing more harm than good. Ohima Mercy says, it's good and bad as well, which makes cheating easy for others.
Wow.
Sumaila Salifu says, it affects our children academically. Okay, our children's academic performance is what you're saying. Okay, Manaf Dean says, TPP, here we come. Not sure what that means. Dachihine Metals says, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right, okay. Let's see a few more of your messages. Hijackers plenty for Facebook too much. Nana Boachi says, my guy, chest pains is when you don't have a car, but Bay keeps posting passenger seat selfie. Yeah, that can cause chest pains. I can see how that would happen. But, you know, a fantastic mix there of things. But one interesting aspect there, whether or not social media makes it easier to cheat. What do you think about that, Derek?
It does. Another research which was conducted by VU University in Amsterdam reveals that a lot of married people on social media who end up in divorce, their marriage end up in divorce, is due to they spending more time and then they actually, the men going after other ladies, contacting their exes when they feel lonely. There is a situation that I got to know, a friend discussed with me at the office, where he told me that he was once and the ex sends a message on WhatsApp to him that the husband have traveled and then she's feeling very lonely, so if he can come around.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so social media have made it available for the point that even if you've lost track of your exes and other people, you can still go on Facebook and go and track all those contacts, and you can just connect back.
Like Mumu is dangerous, eh? Okay.
So in fact, it have a lot of negative impacts on allowing people to cheat in their marriages and all that. There is actually a site that statistically they put it there that in every month about 130 million people, marriage people, goes on the site, and then what the site does is that it allows married couples to get connected to other people.
To cheat. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I know of sites like that. There is more than one.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of them are from Silicon Valley in the United States, and yeah, they are cheating websites.
Cheating websites.
So you can you come there, you're married or in a relationship, but you want to cheat, and they will facilitate that for you. Interesting.
So, yes. So all these ones are going on, and then a lot of people are cheating. A lot of people are connecting back to their exes. They are on social media. I don't know whether you've received a message from a lady on social media trying to. Now it is common. Okay, I'll be there. Just this week, I just things. And then you just tell I'm this, I'm single.
It's your fault. You be fine, guy. So that's why
I'm following your footsteps.
You know, I have a friend. I won't mention her name, but she's lost 2 relationships in a row because she's been caught flirting online. Now, she's never cheated physically. You know, she never cheated physically, but she explains to me that there is something so seductive about someone chatting with you with messages. There are things which if someone walked up to her and said them to her, she would be offended, like, please, I'm in a relationship, I'm not interested. But when it's coming via text, there's something about it that, you know, the secrecy and, you know, the messages and reading the words. And when you're there and you hear your phone ping, like you've got a message, you get a certain rush of adrenaline. You want to go and see what's happening, and then you read it and you respond, and she's addicted to that. She has never met any of the people she flirts with. Some of them are in other countries. You know, she doesn't even know whether the picture that they have on their profile is real or not. But she just gets into intense conversations with these people, and she's been caught twice.
Wow.
And each time, you know, her man is just not happy about it, left. I wonder if that is something that is universal, or whether my friend is just crazy. That feeling that comes with a clandestine conversation, you know, on social media. Is that a common thing?
Yes, yes it is. Because a lot of people are addicted to social media. Someone once said that if you go out, maybe people in those days when you go out, you know, you make acquaintances, we talk, you know. But nowadays, when you just say hello, hi, then everybody's on their phone.
Yeah.
Even everywhere you go, everybody has created their own world. So the social media has enabled us to create our own world where we do whatever we think we fantasize to do. And so such people, you know, they believe that, okay, I'm in this world with just this person. I just send a message and the person sends back, and how I feel, I can just, you know, chat, and there's no argument, the thing just flows. So it's kind of easy to be addicted to such a thing. Do you understand? So it goes to why there's a borderline in the social media. When you're going into that, you see that you find so much pleasure on your phone. You have to take a step back and say, what are the real things in life? This thing I'm doing is not real, because that is a fake life. Do you understand? And now it's even affecting your physical, your emotional state. You see? So it's a thin line that we all have to draw. Every one of us has to draw that line that, okay, I'm not crossing this line. Because it's very easy to create that world, you know, and so much, you place so much investment in it, and it keeps on growing and growing and growing. And before you know it, you can't come back.
Wow, wow. Just before I hear from you, let's invite all of you to join the conversation. Call us on 0302-211-691 or 692. I'd love to hear your voice on this. How is social media affecting your relationship? Would you leave social media if your partner asked you to? Right? We want to hear from you. If you have real life stories, things that you have done on social media, or your partner has done on social media that you didn't like, let's talk about it. Let's see, are some of them reasonable? Are some of them asking too much? You know, let's have a bit of a discussion here. Let's hear your stories, your views, opinions. 0302-211-691 or 692. I'm also interested in your view on whether men abuse social media more than women. Right. Now, so there is this other view that there's nothing you can do on social media that you can't do in real life. So if the problem is that you are spending too much time on social media because you like shopping too much, or you like football too much, or you like chatting too much, or whatever it is, there are things you can do in real life that would also take away from the time you should be spending with your spouse or your partner or whatever. So, but your spouse can't ask you to quit real life because of a specific thing you are doing to distract yourself. So is it fair to ask someone to quit social media because of its impact on your relationship, Derek?
A good question there, Kwajo. Again, let me say that.
I'm so sorry, Derek. Before you get into that, we have a caller. To save them having to wait, let's hear from Tete Manasseh Ado, who's calling us from Seshi. Tete, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Good. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this matter.
Yeah. So I think that most people have conceptions about what relationships are and what they should be. And, you know, the issue with people who are so much on social media is that their thought patterns and their expectations are guided by what social media is showing.
Right.
So they have some form of detachment from reality. So because a lot of people on social media have a fake lifestyle, people who are consumers of information on social media without discretion just seem to have that kind of expectation in reality.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that there is a mismatch between what's on social media and what is real.
Right.
So we have surging numbers of people who are getting depressed by the day because they are comparing themselves to what their counterparts are posting on social media, which may not necessarily be the reality of their life.
Right.
So people's relationships also tend to suffer when those people have expectations of relationships that are purportedly going well on social media, which may not be the reality.
Interesting view.
People who have social media addictions tend to have a very bad relationship or relationship difficulties moving forward. So I think that if your relationship matters to you, sacrificing social media should be the least of your problems. Because, mind you, the stability of your relationship is built on how you are able to face reality and solve the problems that face your relationship on a daily basis, and not comparing it to what others are thinking of relationships.
Wow, fascinating stuff there, Tete. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's speak to Alex Safo in Tamale. Alex, good morning.
Good morning. My problem is people are talking about the hula baloo. The hula baloo, Tamale, Alex Safo calling from Tamale.
Yes, Alex.
People are talking about the hula baloo concerning those radio stations that they have banned them. But you go to multi-TV Digi box, you see that Radio XYZ is on air. Why is it that?
Okay. Well, they are not broadcasting on Radio Spectrum on the Digibox. I think that's the simple answer. The Radio Spectrum is what they have a license for, and the NCA has decided to shut them down because they say that they haven't obliged with the law regarding their radio spectrum. On the Digibox, they are not using Radio Spectrum. It would be the same if they were on social media or any other platform that does not use radio waves to transmit. But thanks for your call. Thank you for that. Emmanuel Krenzel is in Takwa. Hello, good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for calling us. Tell us about your experience of social media and your relationship.
Yeah, my experience on social media, what I've noticed is everybody wants the best for himself. So everybody, appearing on social media, appear in a fine mood. Everything best of him is showcased on social media. So if you follow that, maybe the person is just a layman, maybe you borrow somebody or he visited somebody's place and he took a picture, he will post this as if he's living in that life. So if you got influence of that, you see, you will be expecting more than what you have. Maybe the person even doesn't have nothing to your standard. So you will be, trying to do more than what maybe you've seen on social media, which will lead you to something else. Maybe you may be doing what is wrong to get, extra things in life.
Yeah. Wow, that's an interesting perspective. So fakeness on social media can have a negative effect on relationships.
A whole lot.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Edward Abu is in Asankrigwa. Edward, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts?
To be precise, I've been in a relationship for quite some time, and I've been having issues with social media. My girlfriend, who is late now, used to always fight with me all over. This is the fact. I love chatting with different kind of girls on social media.
Okay.
But in reality, I don't cheat.
Okay.
That is the whole concept. But flirting around with these girls is kind of something that makes me happy when my girlfriend is not around. But I am real in my relationship. I have a baby girl. I take care of her. I do my responsibility and everything. But I'm an IT person, and I don't sleep early. I always stay awake throughout the whole night.
Right.
When I'm done with my coding and everything, I just use it to relax. But I wake up in the morning and my girl will take my phone and glance through and check all kind of activities I did in the night. And we start fighting the next day. I don't pick the phone. I don't even check whether that.
Oh dear, that was a very interesting call. We seem to have lost him. If you can call us back, that would be fantastic. I really want to hear the rest of that submission. He's an IT person. He works at night. He says he chats with lots of girls online, but he doesn't cheat on his partner. That's his perspective there. And he says that you know, he has conversations that in the morning his girlfriend goes through then and gets very upset and they have arguments and so forth. I wanted to hear the rest of that. Very, very interesting case. Let's speak to Michael Opoku-Amankwa. He's in Kenya. Say, Michael, good morning.
Hello, Kojo, good morning.
Good morning to you. Wow, that's a nice clear line. Let's hear your thoughts.
You see, this topic is very important, especially on the fact that social media can lead people to cheat. When you take WhatsApp, there are privacy settings where people can, you know, tap into that gadget and cheat on their partners. I had an instance where the lady that I was dating, fortunately for me, for about 6 months, there was this new guy from Nigeria. And fortunately for me, in about 6 months, I had found out on Facebook Messenger that she was actually flirting with a guy.
Right.
In fact, I saw their sex chat, and it's very serious. So I think people should take much care when they are, using social media, because it can really break people's hearts.
Right. That's interesting. If you don't mind me asking you, did you end your relationship because of it?
Yes, because we have trust issues now. Because she was somebody I trusted very well. And you see, in the end, I realized that she was not the person I can trust. So I had to I had to end the relationship.
Tell me why it upset you so much to find that she'd been having these conversations. I assume there wasn't any physical contact between the two, or was there?
Well, that is where the issue is. Because I do not know if they had a physical contact or not, but I can't trust it.
Right.
I can't trust it, so I had to end the relationship.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Michael Opoku-Amankwa, there giving us some personal experience to put this all in perspective. Very interesting, very interesting. Let's get some reactions to what we've heard so far. Start with you.
Let me say that somebody said he at the office he works late and then
I think he works at home on IT.
On IT and then works late and then. Let me say, quote, that the Bible says that a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. There is no way you can have two separate lives. Then you are the fake person. You are pretending. Okay, so the fact that you are living two different lives doesn't qualify you, or you don't qualify to say that you are right. You don't do it physically. Now, sin, I'll put it, involve mentally, you using your mental, physically, emotionally. All these things can cause you to fall. So whether you physically you are involved in it, whether spiritually you are involved in it, whether emotionally or mentally, if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yes.
You can't qualify it and say that I'm doing it and then I'm not practicing it. Yes, you might be doing it. There are people who watch ladies, who see ladies, and then at the end of the day, in their mind, the ladies are naked. There are people like that. And then are you going to say that if not sin? Are you going to say that they are right? I don't be sorry. Are you going to say that they are holy? For them, they are not. To me, it's a no-no. To me, it's a no-no.
And nobody is holy. Everybody fantasizes.
We are all moving towards becoming holiness. Yes, it's a journey. Yes, I'm not saying that we are there yet, but it's a journey that we should. But you can't just say that once you are having it, you are doing it on social media, allowing people chatting with ladies, okay, getting them on, and they are nowadays people even do the phone sex and all that.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, me, I don't have sex. I was just advising some people just yesterday at my office, and I told them that now most people will say, ladies, it was one of my staffs. She came to me for an issue. And I was telling that most people will say that, okay, kissing a guy, that I haven't had sex. But to me, Charlie, it's already, that's enough, already happened. Long time.
And yeah, the people who are feeling their child. So on this exam, nobody will pass.
So at least we should try and lead that kind of life. Be you. Be you. Don't lead to life. Don't say that on social media, I'm this. A, and then physically this is I'm B. Apart from that, on the last admission, the guy said that it's causing the relationship on trust. I believe that there have been a lot of issues with social media, where at the end of the day, partners don't trust each other. They get to mistrust each other in a relationship. It's causing a lot of divorces in marriage and then.
Right. Let's take final thoughts from you, Tony. And you know, somebody talked about fakeness, you know, on social media also affecting relationships. I wonder what you think of that.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the social media allows us to create this world for ourselves. You know, it's not real. You understand? From all our colors, you could see that there was a world that each one of them had created for themselves, which is not real. And now relating that fakeness to the real life, that interface, there's no merging of those two things, because yeah, this at night for the person that said he works, yeah, that at night, during the day, yeah, somebody else. And for the other lady that the last caller, you see, so all those things, this fakeness, by the time you want to make it real, there's no how you want to transcend that life that you've created into the real life where you're sitting. You understand? So social media encourages that fake life a lot, because you know, when people are moved by what they hear on social media to now validate themselves. You get it, the messages they get, they look at them, say, am I matching up to this person? I once saw a post on social media, the guy on his page, all his friends were going on vacation, you know. So do you know what they did? He got sand, a truck to pour sand, a heap of sand, and he and his girlfriend, they put these beach towels there, they put some trees there, then they were posing and taking pictures. So they had to create some, because they had to live up to the Joneses, you understand? That, oh, my friends are going and we too, we have done our own, we've done some. So you see, people all over, they live this fake life on social media, and it encourages it. And even my own fear is for our children, because they want to be, when they see, this person, I want to be like, I want to have what this person, I want to do this, I want to, and even affects us, even as couple, because you see, oh, somebody, well, I saw today, yesterday, somebody was doing, I'm sure you've seen all these wedding proposals and everything, and you put other people into pressure in doing that, then, you know, indirectly, you'll be using stuff to tell you, me, my proposal must be better than this or that person's proposal. And, you know, so you get yourself worked up into a life that is not real. You understand? So that's why I said earlier that there's a thin line. We have to talk to ourselves every time when we are crossing that, because you saw other people posting, is it real? Have you asked yourself, this thing that I've seen, is it real? Do I know these people? How would somebody that you don't know affect you? Why? Yeah, there are things you can learn. Like Derek rightly said, is that we learn a lot of things, but at the same time, those things that you learn, how are you applying it to yourself? How are you applying it to your relationship is what you should ask. And my final thoughts, the time we give to social media really goes to affect our relationship. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was wonderful. And thank you both. Thank you both so much for your time with us. It's been a sparkling conversation. Thank you to all of you who called and also messaged us. Now, we'll take a quick break, but when we come back, Kiddy, right here in the studio, will be hanging out with him on this Friday morning.